few months ago, I turned 20 years old. And for most people, it's not a dramatic age. You don't magically become wise or more experienced. You don't suddenly understand life. But for me, turning 20 made me think about something I watched a long time ago. A video of people aged 1 to 99, each sharing their biggest regret. At age 5, the regrets were tiny.
I went to the playground and I want to go again today. I wish I had never met that mean girl. I do wish I was still in ice skating class.
By 16 or 17, the regrets got a bit heavier.
Probably not trying as hard when I was younger with grades.
Getting in a huge fight with my best friend since I was 2 years old.
Not being more open to things.
Not letting my grandmother know how much I loved her.
I regret taking myself too seriously when I was in high school.
By 40 or 50, the tone completely changed.
Not following my dreams earlier in life.
Not saying the things that I really want to say.
Being mean sometimes.
I wish I knew when I was younger how wonderful I was.
Not keeping in touch with people I probably should have kept in touch with.
Having not appreciated being young when I was young.
Not giving my father more ice cream when he died, before he died.
Almost every regret started the exact same way. I wish I did. This was a strange thing to me, but it was also painfully obvious. Regret evolves with time. Regret evolves as you age. When you're young, your whole world is tiny. It's small. A small world means small regrets, and these small mistakes that you make feel life-shattering only because you haven't lived enough to realise how small they actually are. I mean, think about it, right? There's probably a lot of embarrassing things that happened to you or you did at school that felt like the absolute end of the world. I know I have. But looking back at those things, I think those things were absolutely hilarious. Amazing memories, in fact. As you get older, regret stops being about the things you did wrong and starts becoming about the things you never did at all, the chances you missed, the things you never said, the opportunities you never took. And then it hit me. Regret gets heavier with age. Not because it hurts more, but because you can't fix it anymore. As you age, you understand that the time you've lost will never come back. If you're 15 right now and you regret not trying out for something, you still have the time to do that. If you're 50 and you regret never having chased your dreams, you probably realise that a lot of the time you had is gone and will never come back. I've had a lot of regrets in my life, and I'd like to turn those things into lessons to share with you. So here's the first one. Don't live for other people's judgment. Before 20, this was the first regret I understood. When I was younger, I held back. This was because I cared too much about what people thought. And here's the worst part. I actually did try things, but the judgment killed that joy. When I was 9 years old, I had a YouTube channel. I'd make silly videos with my sister. We'd have dumb, ridiculous edits, the type of thing a 9-year-old would find funny or silly. And people made fun of me for it quite a lot. So I deleted it. And at the age of 12, I started a Minecraft YouTube channel. The exact same thing. I loved making videos, but I got ridiculed extensively for it again. So I took it down. And looking back at some of these videos that I still have preserved, those videos were absolute gold. Not because they were good, they absolutely weren't. Not because they would have blown up, they absolutely wouldn't have. But because they were me. These were raw, unfiltered, curious, creative, unafraid versions that were immature and silly. I killed that version of myself because I thought everyone was watching and judging me. And the irony is that nobody actually cared. Everyone is too busy worrying about themselves, thinking that everyone cares so much about what they're doing. And if there is one thing I regret deeply before turning 20 years old, is that I let people who didn't think about me stop me from being myself. The second lesson is spending time with family. This one hurts a lot more than any embarrassment ever has. When you're young, your parents almost feel permanent. They feel like furniture always there, always the same, always nagging you, always telling you what to do. But then as you get older, you suddenly realize something rather terrifying. Your parents are aging too. There was a time in my life when I would avoid my dad completely. He'd criticize me often. He'd criticize my studying, my gaming, my habits, the decisions I'd make. And I absolutely hated it. I couldn't stand it. So I hid in my room. I wouldn't come out of my room, and my friends would tell me that my parents are too strict, that they're too harsh with me, and that they just don't understand me. But then looking back, my dad was the only person, and still is the only individual in this whole galaxy who'd always tell me the truth. He pushed me, he challenged me, he believed I could be more. And the crazy thing was that he was right about everything he's ever said to me. My dad wasn't interested in giving me comforting lies. He's also given me painful truths, with a genuine desire for me to do well and see me become a better man than he is, which is a very high thing to live up to. My father didn't just give me life, he shaped who I am fundamentally. We still argue, like all fathers and sons do. Instead of arguing, now I sit with him. I listen to what he has to say. We laugh, we talk, and sometimes we argue. And I always listen, because one day I understand. And this is truly a painful thing to think about. I can physically feel the pain. I wouldn't have him to listen to. There will come a time I wish I could have my dad tell me that I'm not sleeping at the right time. I wish I could have my dad to tell me that I'm eating a lot of bad food. And I don't want that regret. Fortunately, at the young age of 20, I've still got my dad. I've got many decades of fun with him, and I will cherish it. I really do miss him. I haven't seen him in a while, and I will give him a lot of love. I've realised that most regrets aren't dramatic. They are quiet. They sound more like, I wish I'd called my mum more. I wish I said sorry to that one person that I upset. I wish I'd spent more time with them. So if someone is watching this and you still have your parents, love them loudly. Spend time with them. Let them annoy you. You will miss them. I can almost promise you that. Because the number one regret adults seem to have isn't losing their youth. It's losing people they took for granted. So hold them close. The third lesson that I have is take more risks. Before I turned 20, I realised something really important. There is no right moment to start anything. You don't wait for life to start. You build your life in everything you do every single day, in the choices you make. As a medical student, I understand that a lot of people may think that I barely have free time. You know, work, studying, research, training. My life is packed. And people love to tell me that I'll have no time later, that I need to focus on studying right now and life will follow. But that's not the case. Later you'll have a job, a family to take care of, you'll have bills, you'll have responsibilities, you'll have problems with your health, you'll have knees that hurt due to osteoarthritis. But the world doesn't slow down for your dreams. You have to chase them now. Whether it be triathlon training, research, conferences, these are things that take time, and time that I don't technically have. But everything you want to do is worth some sacrifice. So here's my rule. If something scares me or feels difficult, that's a sign I should try it. Because comfort is where dreams go to die. Every single thing that you want from life is on the side of discomfort. Actively seek discomfort. Put yourself in uncomfortable situations. Push yourself to do things, to try new things that you feel scared of doing. You will not regret it. Again, the only thing you'll probably regret is never trying in the first place. Lesson 4 is a bit funnier. Bad haircuts build character. I let my mum pick my haircuts for many years, and I regret every single one. But the photos that she got of me are funny. And sometimes regret is harmless. Sometimes it's cute. Sometimes it makes for a nice story. I mean, literally a few hours ago, I got a haircut and it's not the best haircut I've ever had. But it's fine. Not all regrets are tragedies. Some are souvenirs of who you used to be. I've been thinking a bit about why regret changes with age. You see, at the age of 15, embarrassment feels like absolute death. At 20, embarrassment feels like a joke. The missed opportunities, those get heavier. Embarrassment fades. The fear that you feel in a certain moment will fade. But regret is something that will stay exactly where you left it. And that's why older people regret what they didn't do. Because at the end of your life, you won't care who laughed at you. You won't care who judged you. You won't care about the mean things someone said to you many years ago. You will care about the things you were too afraid to try. You will care about the chances you never took. And here's something that I've learned. Regret is just fear wearing a disguise. Fear of embarrassment, fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of being different, fear of being you. But fear doesn't protect you. Fear doesn't keep you safe. Fear doesn't lead you to taking risks and exploring new things, trying new experiences. Fear doesn't prevent death either. Fear prevents life. I watched another video titled 24 Regrets of People Who Are Dying. Now, I understand that conversations surrounding death are morbid and things people tend to avoid. Believe me, I have always been terrified of the idea of death. As a kid, I'd think deeply about the fact that, yeah, one day I'm gonna die. I'd have existential crises. I'd go running into my parents' room in the middle of the night and say, I'm terrified, I don't want to die. That's something that used to scare the shit out of me. But now I've come to understand that death truly is what gives life meaning. I'll elaborate on this a little bit more. In the video that I watched, every single regret was about courage.
I asked hospice nurses, the experts, here are the top 24 regrets people have when they are dying. I wish I'd had the courage just to be myself. I wish I'd spent more time with the people I love. I wish I'd made spirituality more of a priority. I wish I hadn't spent so much time working. I wish I had discovered my purpose earlier. I wish I had learned to express my feelings more. I wish I hadn't spent so much time worrying about things that never happened. I wish I had taken more risks.
If you had unlimited amounts of money, what would £1 or $1 mean to you? In the same way, if you had unlimited amounts of time, what does one day truly mean to you? You know, understanding that our days on this planet are numbered, that's what makes everything we do so important. It seems like the closer we get to the end, the more obvious life's purpose becomes. We don't regret the failures, we regret the silence, we regret the chances we never took. Memento Mori. Remember, you must die. This isn't something I say to scare you, but to wake you up. Because death is not the enemy. Fear is. Death gives life urgency. Death gives life meaning. Fear is what steals that urgency away. Memento Amori. Remember, you must love. I think, and I truly do believe this, I think we were put on this planet to love. Memento Mori, remember you must die, and Memento Amori, remember you must love. Both are terrifying reminders, one of your mortality and the other of your responsibility to feel deeply before it's too late. Love, however you want to define it, whether you think it's this complex biological evolutionary compulsion or this powerful metaphysical force that transcends the dimensions of time and space, you must love. Your time here is short. So love fearlessly, love endlessly, love the people around you, tell them how much they mean to you. Don't ever regret not having said those words enough. And most importantly, don't be afraid to fall in love. I mean, hearts aren't meant to be broken, but they do break. Ironically, however, the only thing that can heal the heart is love itself, not just accepting love, but giving it too. I'm only 20 years old. I don't have life figured out. I'm not wise. I'm not someone special. But I'm old enough to have regrets. I'm sure you are too. I'm also young enough to prevent the worst ones. So here's my promise to myself. No more letting fear or judgment make decisions for me. If any opportunity scares me, I'll take it. If something feels too difficult, I'll start anyway. If I love someone, I'll tell them. At least I'll try my best to tell them. In a single week, I spend a lot of time with my friends. I spend a lot of time studying. I spend a lot of time doing research, writing academic papers, preparing for conferences. I spend several hours a week on top of that doing triathlon training, running, swimming, cycling. I sometimes hit the gym as well. I try to spend time to make YouTube videos unsuccessfully. I also spend time every evening cooking something new. Kind of. I spend 3 of my evenings either doing archery or help teach it. I do dodgeball. I speak to my parents. Nowadays, I've been trying to speak to them every single day on calls because I don't see them enough. And I was recently accepted to the Royal Air Forces to join as a cadet. And I love taking up new things. I love pushing myself, trying new experiences, trying something new. I know that there will come a time when I won't be able to do all these things. And perhaps I will fail to always be good at these things. I'm sure I will. I fail all the time. But I'm happy. I'm happy because I try new things. I'm happy because I'm involved in so many things that keep me occupied and constantly interested. I'd much rather regret what I tried and failed than spend my 60s or 80s haunted by the things I never dared to do. Because the truth is really simple. You will never regret being brave. You will never regret failure. But you will always regret being scared and not taking the chances that you really wanted to take. So before ending this video, I want to ask you, do you regret more the things you did or the things that you didn't? Tell me in the comments below. I want to hear your story. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you in the next one.